Meet my new friend Nelson, a one-eyed grey seal, or rather, a life-size statue of him. So where are we? Who is he? And why is he here? I'll tell you in just a moment. On today's show, I'm in search of the cute country cottage our buyer has been dreaming of for over 30 years. And early on, we get off to a great start.
So what would your daughter say if she saw this?
She'd say, Mum, buy it. Oh!
But then our mystery house causes a bit of consternation.
It's nice, but it does need an awful lot doing to it.
Today, I'm in South Cornwall, home to 40% of Britain's grey seal population. Now, for 25 years, the real Nelson was a frequent visitor to these waters, but it was here in Looe that he eventually called home, which is hardly surprising when you realise there's a fish market on the other side of the harbour. Sadly, Nelson died in 2003, but he was so loved by locals and tourists alike that the town now has a permanent memorial of him here on Pennyland Rocks. As Britain's most southwesterly county, Cornwall is surrounded on three sides by ocean. Its length from the tip of Land's End to the eastern boundary with Devon is 70 miles, while at its narrowest part it's just 7 miles wide. The long and rugged coastline has always been important to the people who live here. In days gone by, ships were wrecked so often that the term wrecking was born. This meant taking valuables from a stricken vessel, and for many, it came to be quite a lucrative activity. Cornwall is also renowned for the mining of tin and copper, which was an important industry in the region from the Middle Ages to its peak in the 19th century. Currently, however, derelict mine working survive in only 9 areas of the county, but the ones that do remain are protected as World Heritage Sites. Whether you're after a slice of history, glorious coastal walks, or simply want to bask on the beach, Cornwall has plenty to offer for house buyers looking to escape to the country. Today, the average price of a detached property here in Cornwall is just under £270,000. That's around 5% above the national average. But those figures, although officially correct, don't really paint a realistic picture of the housing market here. You see, if you took two practically identical houses, let's say for argument's sake detached, 4 bedrooms set in 3/4 of an acre, and put one of those houses by the coast with spectacular sea views, the other inland, surrounded by wonderful countryside, you might have two very similar properties, but you'd have two very different price tags. In fact, a leading estate agent here in Cornwall said the inland property would cost around £600,000. However, and here's the big difference, the property by the coast would sell for around £2 million. Bear that in mind as we take a look at what's currently on the market in the county. For £360,000, you could be living in this 3-bedroom former barn in Pillerton. It has a topsy-turvy layout, with 2 bedrooms on the ground floor and only 1 upstairs. Also on this floor, you'll find a bright modern kitchen and a sitting room that features an authentic log burner. This 5-bedroom Victorian stone barn conversion in Cheviot is priced at £600,000. Originally 2 agricultural barns joined together 15 years ago, it's been beautifully modernised while retaining the original exposed beams inside. It also comes with a variety of outbuildings, including stables and 3 acres of paddocks. And if your budget can stretch to £950,000, you could opt for this, a 5-bedroom former pump house in Treesmill, which is surrounded by a garden and overlooks its own lake. The master bedroom has a stunning ensuite, and the double-height kitchen diner was converted from the old engine room. Some wonderful properties there to suit all budgets in all locations. And we've got 3 more smashing houses lined up for today's buyer. So let's meet Jenny and her best friend Jean. House hunter Jenny lives in the busy commuter town of Orpington in Kent and is about to retire from her job, working with adults with learning difficulties. Accompanying her on her property search is close friend of almost 30 years, Jean, with whom she's been sharing her fantasies of country living ever since they met.
I've wanted to move to the country since my daughter was 4. And I fell in love with Cornwall the first time I went there. And it's been a long, long journey, and, you know, I can do it.
Yeah, it's just been your dream, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been my dream for a long time.
I've heard it for the last 28 years anyway.
Yeah.
It's been her dream.
It's about time I went.
It is.
Living on her own since her daughter has flown the nest, she'd like to move to a village near Loo in Cornwall, where she's looking forward to a more laid-back lifestyle.
I would love to be able to teach cookery on a one-to-one basis in a little cottage somewhere with lovely views, and go to local markets and buy fresh food and get involved with conservation, read more, walk more, just do more rather than work and feel tired and worn out all the time. Just live life a bit more.
So she'll be needing a big kitchen for those cookery lessons, but Jenny's list of other demands is rather modest.
For the next property, I'd like at least 2 bedrooms. I'd like to be in a nice village, and I'd like a small garden. I'd prefer something old, but I've seen modern houses with really beautiful views, so really I guess I'm open to anything.
That's what we like, a flexible buyer. But there is one thing she can't cope with.
I'm not a DIY person. I'd rather somebody else did it for me.
A man that does, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not, you know, really. I don't mind a bit of painting, but I can't do wallpapering or repairs or anything.
Well, we've had our cards marked. Just one more thing to check, and that's the money.
The budget for my next property would be £230,000.
Jenny has set her heart on living in a village close to the small coastal town of Loo. We'll be taking her and Jean around 3 wonderful properties, and as ever, I'll be asking them to guess the price of each home before I reveal it. Our last offering is, of course, our mystery house, and with today's choice, we're making Jenny face up to one of her pet hates. Hello, ladies, and welcome to Cornwall. Now, Jenny, it's been a bit of a dream of yours to move here. Did you ever think, I'm actually never going to do it? Or did you know in your heart that you would?
No, I knew in my heart I'd get there, but, you know, I didn't know when. But this is the time.
It is, and you've brought Jean along to give you some moral support to make sure we find you the perfect property, all going well. So are there any elements of your life, your old life, that you're going to miss in Kent?
Just my daughter, really.
That's
Oh,
it.
and my friends.
Of course, yes. But you're both going to come and
We
stay,
will,
aren't you?
yeah.
And I know trying to be close to a community is important, isn't
Yes,
it?
it is. Because I'm getting older, I need, you know, a doctor, a post office, neighbours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to make new friends when you're down here. We're going to be bringing Jean down regularly from Kent, but obviously you want to make new friends
That
here,
I do,
don't you?
and I'll join lots of things and be involved with conservation and things.
Well, we've got a fantastic day to start our search. We've got 3 smashing properties to show you. So, should we get going?
Yeah.
Come on. For her maximum budget of £230,000, Jenny's short but sweet wish list includes a minimum of 2 bedrooms so Jean or her daughter can stay, a large kitchen diner for those cooking lessons, and a small garden where she can grow her own veg. So, Jean, how good a cook is Jenny?
I think she's excellent. Yeah,
Really?
It's lovely. Yeah.
So you think this idea of doing some one-on-one cookery courses is going to work?
Yeah, Jenny would be really good at that. Yeah.
I might be your first client because I can't cook at all, Jenny.
You'd be very welcome.
There you go. You could open your business with me.
Yeah, that'd set me off.
If you can get me to cook properly, my husband would love you forever.
We've travelled 8 miles east of Loo to the popular village of St Germans. Taking its name from its Norman Priory church, the village has all the necessary amenities, such as a pub and community shop, which also acts as a post office. And the Port Eliot estate next to the church hosts regular social events such as cookery days, ideal for Jenny. Once 2 large cottages dating back around 200 years, this property has been converted into 4 smaller ones. And the first house on our list is the End Terrace Cottage.
So, ladies, here is our first property.
It looks lovely.
It does. It does.
Lovely.
This has got the original stone
Yeah.
walls and slate roof.
I love the door.
Yeah, I love the door. It's lovely,
Stone
isn't
door,
it?
it's beautiful.
So your dream of a country cottage in Cornwall, is this close so far?
It is.
It looks really
looks
nice.
lovely from
it
outside.
Does. It does.
Should we step in?
Yes.
Come on, ladies.
So the exterior is living up to Jenny's expectations, and I think the cosy interior of this cottage could be just what she's looking for.
Right, come on through. Jean, I'll let you get the door.
That's it.
Step inside your cottage.
Oh, it's very nice. Very nice.
It is. It's a lovely room.
Love the fireplace.
You noticed that straight away, didn't you?
Yeah, it's lovely. And it's nice to have a bit of a porch, actually.
Yeah,
Yes,
handy
yes,
for
it's
coats
just
and
right.
boots for all this
Yeah.
walking that you're going to do when you move down here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think everything would fit.
It would.
It's also a bit different mindset, isn't it? Because although you've been in your house a long time, you moved into it brand new.
Yeah.
So this cottage was built in the early 1800s.
And it's more me, actually.
Oh,
Is it?
Oh, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This is Jenny's dream cottage.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
It seems Jenny and Jean both love this home, but part of Jenny's dream was giving cookery lessons. So let's move on to the all-important kitchen.
So how's this for size for you?
It's good size.
I think it is.
Yeah, good size. You've got a nice range there.
The range actually provides the hot water and the heating for the cottage.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Jean, do you like it?
I do. I think it's lovely. And you'd easily get your table there, Jenny.
Yeah.
I think so.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have it folded down, but when anyone comes, just open it up. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
really nice.
liking this,
Yeah,
girls.
yeah, you do that, of course.
I think I'll leave them to it. They're already working out where the furniture's going to go.
We've sorted it.
With Jenny all but moved in, we're making our way upstairs. And first stop is the room she could be calling her own.
So the cottage has 2 bedrooms. This is the master.
This is very nice. It's a
Yeah.
good size.
I love the window seat.
Love the floor.
Yes.
Nice
It's
floor.
lovely,
isn't it? It's gorgeous.
Original planks by the looks of it. It's very me.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Oh, yes.
You could see her living here
Yeah,
quite
I
comfortably,
I
could you?
Yeah, it's very me.
Jenny's sorted. But what about Jean when she stays? Well, the second bedroom is right next door and is almost as large and bright as the master. And they can both share the small but perfectly formed bathroom. Now, another thing on Jenny's wish list was a small and manageable garden with views. So we're on our way to see what this property has to offer.
So outside, you've got this courtyard with a pretty little patio. And there's a raised platform there that catches the sun in the afternoon.
It's very nice.
It is.
Very nice. I've
Yeah.
got lots of pots in my garden, so you could put lots of pots around. It's very
Yeah,
pretty.
It is,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, low maintenance, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
It
No
is low
lawnmower
maintenance.
or-
Yeah. Don't fancy a little bit more of a challenge?
Well, you know, I'd always get somebody to do it if I had a bit more of a challenge.
Shall I show you? Mm-hmm. Your face, Jean. I love your face. Come with me.
Yes, there's more to the grounds here than meets the eye. A set of steps leads us up to the garden, which is mainly laid to lawn and has views over the village and woodland.
So welcome to your secret garden.
Oh, it's lovely.
Lovely. Yeah. What a surprise. It's really lovely.
You wouldn't expect it to be up here, and I was a little bit worried
no.
when you loved the patio so much
Yeah.
and you wanted low maintenance. Because
Because there's a little bit more up here, but... Well, Jean, I think this would be perfect for Jenny, don't you?
Oh, I think so, yeah. It's just right.
That's quite nice. It's less than mine, actually, maintenance-wise, would have thought.
Yeah.
And from this elevated position, not only do you get the sunshine, but you also get that view as well.
It's a lovely view. It's beautiful.
So, who wants to go first with Guess the Price?
Shall I go first?
Go on, then.
£220,000.
OK.
I'd say 210.
Right. It's £236,950. So,
OK.
£7,000 over your budget. And I think we are close to the coast, and that's probably reflected in that price.
Yeah.
Has that surprised you?
It has, yeah, because it's 2-bedroomed.
Why don't you have another look around the cottage, and I'll catch up with you in a little while.
OK, thank you.
Here you go.
With a budget of £230,000, this house is nearly £7,000 over, but it could be worth making an offer, as properties in this area have been selling for around 6% lower than the asking price. All in all, this home has delivered everything on Jenny's list. It's a lovely period cottage with a kitchen diner big enough for those cookery lessons. It has 2 bedrooms, and outside there's a manageable garden with great views.
Kitchen's a nice size, Jean.
It is a
nice
good
and
size.
Square,
Yeah.
but would need a refurb, really,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
I think so.
I keep the range.
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
really nice.
Once you've done the kitchen, would it be ideal for
Yeah, I think it
teaching
would.
your cookery?
Yeah, it would, because I'd have some sort of surface over there for
Yeah,
demonstrating and for people
Yeah,
doing their
yeah.
own thing. Yeah, it's good.
it would work.
It's really nice. Stone cottage, lovely valley, lots of trees, all the things I love. I feel that this is really near to what I'd like to buy. Just needs to be a little bit lower in price for me. But it's lovely. I like it very much.
This house fits the bill perfectly for Jenny. She's always wanted a stone cottage in a village, and the view is lovely, lovely view, real view. It's really nice. Yeah, it's a good start.
Right, girls, seen enough? Happy?
Yes, it's lovely. I think we're almost there.
Great start. What do you think?
It's brilliant, yeah.
You can imagine her living there?
I can. It's really nice.
Good.
Pretty.
Well, we've got more to show you as well. Come on,
Good.
then.
Back in the 15th century, Looe was one of Cornwall's largest and most important ports, as well as a centre for fishing and boat building. The Looe estuary divides the town in two, and in 1411, the first estuary bridge in Cornwall was built here to link East and West Looe. Today, while remaining a fishing community, Looe's main industry is tourism, and of course no visit to Cornwall would be complete without sampling at least one of the county's world-famous pasties. So we sent Jean and Jenny, herself an accomplished cook, not only to try one, but to learn how they're made. We arranged for them to meet Lucy Taylor from a local shop, where they've been making traditional Cornish pasties for the past 22 years.
Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
It smells lovely.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Really nicely displayed.
Today, I think we're going to show you how to make a real traditional Cornish pasty.
Oh, brilliant. That's
We look forward to showing you that. So, do you want to follow me through and I'll show you how it's done?
Okay, lovely.
The first evidence of the pasty as a Cornish food was found in an agricultural survey of Cornwall from 1808. By the end of the century, pasties had already become the staple diet of tin miners and farm workers due to their unique shape, forming a complete meal that could be carried easily and eaten without cutlery. The traditional variety of pasty is made using a cut of beef called skirt, which is taken from the animal's belly area and prized for its flavour.
So, we've got some pastry here. This is a short crust pastry. It's not a heavy pastry. It's rested overnight, so it works really well. Yeah. So, we'll just flour your surface for you. For you, Jenny.
Yeah.
So, first of all, we've got potato and swede here that's mixed with some seasoning, salt and coarse ground black pepper. So, a handful of the potato and swede first. then your meat. You want a nice line of it through the middle so that when you're eating it, you get a
Just through the middle now.
nice mouthful.
Mm.
Then some diced onion, and then some more potato and swede on the top. This is seasoned as well.
It's really a lot of filling, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a nice
There's
lot of meat in
loads.
there.
Yeah.
Once the pasty is filled, it's time to seal and crimp it.
You pull the pastry together, and then it's a bit like plaiting. You're pulling sort of one piece of pastry over your thumb and moving it along, like a pinching motion.
Following a 9-year campaign by the Cornish Pasty Association, the name Cornish pasty was recently awarded Protected Geographical Indication, or PGI status, by the European Commission. According to this status, a Cornish pasty should be shaped like a D and crimped on one side, not on the top. It also states that pasties must be prepared in Cornwall, just like Jenny and Jean's.
Very good for a first attempt.
Look at that.
Well
It's
done.
brilliant.
Yeah.
I haven't made one since I was at school.
With a glazing of egg added to give it that golden colour, our authentic Cornish pasties are cooked for around 55 minutes. And Sarah, the owner of the shop, has offered to give her verdict on Jenny and Jean's first attempt at the local speciality.
I think they passed the test, do you?
So now Jenny's proven her skills in the art of baking, it's time to turn up the heat on our house search as we hit the road to find her dream cottage. We've travelled around 20 miles northeast of Looe to the village of Stoke Climsland, a community in the Tamar Valley with a 15th century church, a local shop which doubles as a post office, and a sports and social club which hosts some very interesting night's entertainment. Our second house is a Grade 2 listed cottage, once the property of the Duchy of Cornwall and dating back to the 1800s.
So we've travelled a little bit further inland, and here is your second property.
Looks lovely.
Cute.
Yeah?
It is.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It is.
Looks big and solid and cottagey.
Yeah.
Good.
Very cute.
So, keen to get inside?
We are.
on
Yeah.
then.
You're good.
It might look like a typical cottage from the outside, but once we get inside, Jenny and Jean will soon discover there's something extraordinary about this property.
So come on in, girls. Look at this beautiful old floor.
It's lovely, isn't
Well
it?
done, Jean. Get that door. Come on through.
And right about now, they're probably expecting to see a sitting room.
Now, this cottage is unusual because it's an upside-down house. It's inverted, so the living accommodation is upstairs and the 2 double bedrooms are downstairs.
It's quite unusual.
Yes,
Quite
yes,
doesn't
it
matter,
is
does it?
actually.
You probably noticed there's not an awful lot of storage in this room, but cleverly under the bed there's plenty.
It's a built-in bed, isn't it? So you
It
wouldn't be
is.
able to get your own bed in here, would you? Like,
You've got a double bedroom right at the front of the cottage,
It's quite unusual.
yes,
Quite
yes,
doesn't
it
matter,
is
does it?
actually.
so you don't mind the idea of perhaps sleeping downstairs.
No, it's not a problem.
And literally, the downstairs shower room is just down the hallway, but I want to take you two straight upstairs.
So now we're heading up to the living area, which has a kitchen that I think will be just the perfect place to give cookery lessons.
This is lovely.
This is the reason.
This is really lovely.
Come through.
Really nice.
It
So this is the reason the bedrooms are downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the view, look.
Beautiful. Oh, that's lovely.
Being at the kitchen now and your work surface there,
wouldn't
that
that be
is
great?
very, very nice. Yeah, I can just see you, Jenny, doing your demonstrating there,
Yeah,
cooking.
second. I
Yep.
can see me there as well. Lovely. Wonderful.
Look at the wood, it's lovely.
It's wonderful. I love
wonderful.
the thick walls,
Yeah.
the brickwork, the beams.
Does it feel homely?
It's lovely.
It's a good size.
Yeah, it's
it
really
is, it is.
nice. It's you can imagine yourself here, you know, with all food and friends and fire alight. Be lovely.
So what would your daughter say if she saw this?
She'd say, "Mum, buy it." Oh,
That's pretty definite.
yeah, it's lovely. It's me. The other
Is
one
it?
was me, but this is more me.
This upside-down property has edged ahead, but it's got another surprise for Jean and Jenny up another flight of stairs.
Oh, that's unexpected.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
That's lovely. Another floor.
And look, you can see your front room down there.
Yeah.
So,
Roomy as well.
my question to you two is, what would you do with this floor?
I'd probably have this as a bedroom.
I think, like, when you're doing a cookery school, they could sleep up here.
Yeah.
And have a bed up here for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a bedroom.
When you think a traditional Cornish cottage, it's not like this,
From
is
the
it?
outside.
I mean,
just didn't look it.
it's lovely and old-fashioned, but it's modern as well.
Surpassed your expectations?
It has surpassed
I
my
think so.
expectations. Lovely.
Well, that's a great result, as Jenny seems to be really excited by this cottage. So can the garden match up? While it's not the largest, it's got plenty of room for growing veg and should be easy to manage.
Now here you've got a lovely enclosed south-facing garden.
Love it, like the raised beds.
I think it's lovely.
So all very positive. You're both making the right noises for me. Guess what's coming next? How much is this wonderful cottage on the market for?
I think
go
it's
first.
probably over budget. I don't know.
Don't look at me like that.
240.
240, OK. And your budget is?
230.
OK.
I think,
Jean?
I think it's 230,000.
If I said it was under budget by £20,000,
Oh,
That's good, isn't it?
that's great.
would you be delighted?
Yeah.
I'd be delighted for Jenny, I would.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Well, it has just come down in price to £210,000.
That is fantastic.
That's very tempting.
Let me see your face, because you're looking at the house. Is that delight? Are you thinking
Yeah.
things through?
It's lovely.
Are we really close?
Yeah, yeah. As close probably as you'll ever get.
How fantastic.
It's lovely.
Hands up who wants to go and have another look around that cottage. Go on then, girls. Off you go. Have fun. Take as long as you like.
Under budget at £210,000, this unusual cottage delivers handsomely on all Jenny's demands. It has 2 bedrooms with potential for 1 more, a fantastic kitchen diner, perfect for cooking and teaching, lovely views from the upside-down living area, and a manageable garden.
So what do you think, Jean? Is this it?
I do think it's it. It's lovely.
Yeah, it is. It's very me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting emotional for you.
I know,
It
I
is.
saw you.
It's so
You were
lovely.
crying.
I think this cottage for Jenny is near on perfect. It's very spacious, the kitchen, and it's just ideal for what she has in mind for teaching cookery.
Wow. As I walked through the door, I just thought, wow, going into the bedrooms, I just thought they were lovely. And then when we went upstairs, it was overwhelming, really. It's everything I probably ever dreamed I'd get. And I can see family and friends really enjoy visiting me here.
Not wanting to sound smug, but I think we've done pretty well today. Right, ladies? My girls, have you seen enough?
We have.
Yes, it's
Yeah?
lovely.
Yeah? Well, you said that in unison, so that is a thumbs up. Yeah. Got to drag you away now. Come on.
As evening falls over Cornwall, it's the end of day 1 of our search for the cottage of Jenny's dreams. Jenny from Orpington in Kent is about to retire, and with friend Jean for moral support, she's hoping that the fantasy of country living she's held for 30 years can come true in Cornwall. We've seen 2 properties so far that have both come very close to perfection. But coming up is our mystery house, a project too far for Jenny.
I mean, if you had enough money, this could be beautiful.
It could.
And I get on board the new wave of surfing.
For Jenny, with her best friend Jean along for moral support, this move from Kent to the south of Cornwall represents a lifelong dream. Now, mindful of her budget, yesterday we showed them 2 period cottages. The first was quite near to the coast and, although well received, was slightly over her budget. The second one, this time more inland, well, they both seemed to love it. So today, it's now time for our mystery house. And to be honest, I'm not quite sure how it's going to go down.
We've travelled further along the Cornish coast, 15 miles west of Looe, to the village of St Blaise. With a population of 6,000, its high street has all the amenities Jenny will need. Our mystery house is the closest to the coast of the 3 properties we've seen. Dating back to 1840, it has real potential to be the cottage of her dreams. As a self-confessed DIY novice, she may need to get some professional help to make this her perfect home.
So, ladies, this is the mystery house.
It's lovely.
Looks good. Yeah.
Very nice.
It does.
Very tranquil.
So, why is it our mystery house?
No idea at all.
No.
The P word? Bit of a project, perhaps?
All right.
Project.
Yeah. Oh, look at the reactions.
Okay.
None. So,
Project and price.
project and price. I like that. So I think we need open minds. Shall we start the tour? Yes. Come on.
The P word probably wasn't what Jenny wanted to hear, but I hope she gives this cottage a chance when we step through the door. After all, first impressions were very favourable.
So welcome to your mystery cottage. I said a little bit of a project. You probably can glean that as we walk straight through into the kitchen.
Yeah. I mean, the positives of the wood burner, I like the chimney breast.
You've got the size here.
Yeah,
you
it's
could
good
have
size. It's a
the
good
kitchen of
size,
your
Very good
dreams.
size, yeah. I mean, if you had enough money, this could be beautiful.
It could. Has Jenny got
Yes.
the enthusiasm and the character to take on a project?
I don't know. You can...
No, breathe in and breathe
You're
out,
back.
basically.
What does that mean, breathe in and breathe out?
That's as much you can manage.
So it doesn't sound like Jen is up for breathing new life into this property just yet. But I'm not giving up. Maybe this next room can help convince her to give it a try.
So here's your sitting room. Okay, it's a 2 up, 2 down in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
But
it
not
is,
bad
isn't it?
sizes.
Yeah, I like the fireplace.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Old
Very
traditional.
pretty.
Yeah.
Now, having lived in a modern house for, what, 30 years?
Yes, from new.
How does it feel, you know, that adjustment moving into something that's this old?
It would be great if, you know, you had the money to do it up, I think. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a typical little cottage, you know, the windows on each side, the door in the middle. It's nice, but it does need an awful lot doing to it.
Well, Jean could bring her toolkit with her when she comes down to stay.
Yeah, she could, but I don't suppose she'd do much with
No,
it.
probably not.
Well, the answer could be to get someone in to help with the renovations. That is, if the price is right and Jenny falls in love with the rest of this cottage. Off the landing, there's 2 good-sized double bedrooms, so there's a room for Jean to stay. And a bright family bathroom, all with those fantastic sash windows. The bedroom we're looking at is the master.
Again, views overlooking the
Yeah,
garden.
that's very
It
pretty,
is
isn't it?
lovely, yeah.
Nice sized room.
It is a nice size room.
Yeah, nice fireplace.
I mean, the cottage does have potential, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, for somebody that's good at DIY or a builder, it's a little gem.
So have you ever had to do up a house from scratch, either of you?
No, I haven't, no.
I had to have a house done up after a fire and it was horrendous, and so something like this is a big project again.
Is it bringing back memories?
Yes, horrible memories.
OK. Well, on that note, we're going to head outside.
So, with memories like that, it's going to be hard to shift Jenny's mindset into welcoming this renovation project. But I'm not giving up hope, because she hasn't seen the lovely garden yet. It comes with a secluded patio, lush expanse of lawn, and a variety of shrubs and fruit trees.
So this period cottage actually has, I think, quite a large garden.
Yeah, it's lovely. I like, you know, nice mature trees. The garden's lovely, and if I had loads of money, I might think about the house.
Which leads me on to money, doesn't it? How much do you both think this period cottage is on the market for?
I think £175,000.
OK.
Yeah.
Jenny? Look at you studying
Yeah,
that
studying.
cottage.
I think about 180.
It's a little bit more than that. It's actually on the market for £195,000.
Wow.
So So that would leave you some in the budget to do it up,
Yeah.
35,000. But as you say, if that's just too much of a project for you...
Yeah, it's a project too far.
Well, why don't you have another look around anyway? Because you can always get ideas from properties, and we all agree it is a cute little period cottage, isn't it?
Cute, yeah.
It's just too much of a project for you,
it is.
which is fair enough. But thank you for looking at our mystery house. Off you go, girls.
Okay.
Well, under budget at £195,000, this property certainly has the potential to be Jenny's dream cottage. It has space downstairs to create her perfect kitchen, 2 good-sized bedrooms and a low-maintenance garden.
When I first saw the mystery house, I thought it was very pretty, very cottagey, but I sort of thought it probably needed quite a bit doing to it. I think even with a budget of 35,000, it would take it would probably take more than that, and it would take a long time to do. More to the point, I don't want a great big project now, not at this time of life.
I do think Jenny's going to have to make some compromises. I can't see her in this house at all, no. The garden, but not the house.
Come on, girls. Has the mystery house made you change your mind?
No, I'm afraid not.
No?
Not for me.
No, I don't
But
think
enjoyed
so.
one final look around it?
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, it's good.
Good. Well, that's it now. We've shown you all 3 properties, so let's go somewhere quiet. You two can have a chat and let me know what conclusions you've come to.
The stirring seas around Cornwall provide some of the best surfing conditions in Europe. It's little wonder that in the early 1960s, Cornwall was the first part of mainland Britain to embrace the surfing culture. While Newquay on the north coast is known as the surf capital to the UK's 250,000 surfers, the south coast beaches at Prey Sands and Porthleven are also extremely popular. But there's a new type of surfing currently making waves. Stand-up paddleboarding is one of the fastest growing water sports in the world. And I've come to the beach in Looe to find out more about it from Martin Connolly, a top-rated British surfer with 12 years' experience as a coach and a lifeguard on Australian and local beaches.
Martin, hello.
Hi
good
there,
to meet
Nicki.
you.
Good to see
Now,
you.
I hope I'm in good hands today.
Yeah, you are definitely in safe hands.
Good. I
Yeah.
have tried surfing.
Yeah.
I wasn't very good. I couldn't get actually onto the boards, so hopefully this is going to be a little easier.
Yeah, these boards are really nice and buoyant, and we've got some really nice conditions out there, so that's definitely going to make it favourable.
And you don't have to be super fit to do it, you just have to be able to swim, is that right?
Yeah, you need to be able to swim, and it helps to have good balance and upper body strength, but you kind of have a good workout. You can make it as much a workout as you want.
Well, good tuition, a good teacher.
Yeah.
So what's the first thing I need to learn?
Right, we're just going to go through a couple of techniques.
Yep.
Now look at my feet. So it's not a parallel, but just a slight angle, okay? Mm-hmm. That's really good. You'll probably find it easiest to have your strongest hand in the middle, like that.
Yep.
And your weaker hand is going to go on the T-bar, which is up there. So just have a feel for that. Now the wider the grip, the more power you're going to get out of the paddle. Just bend these slightly and just pull with your middle hand and push over the top with your top hand. And the more water you can move, the faster you're going to go, and the easier it is to balance. That's perfect, okay? Now, to swap sides,
Yep.
you have to actually swap grip like this. Okay, so just get a feel for that. And again, the paddle's going to be along the rail. And as you go into the paddle, just bend your knees a little bit so you get more power. So as you go down, bend your knees and come back up. Perfect, perfect.
And I'm supposed to keep you sort of flexible.
Yeah, and you're in a perfect stance there. If you could do that in the water, that paddle, you'd be absolutely sweet, okay?
If I can do this on the water without going in, I'll be delighted.
Easier to learn than surfing, stand-up paddleboard lessons can be taken by individuals of any age, from 10 to 70, as long as they're confident swimmers. The main attraction of the sport is that it can be done when the surf is down. And apparently, women can often be more skilled at it than men due to their lower centre of gravity. Well, we'll see. The origins of stand-up paddleboarding can be traced back to 1950s Hawaii, with a group of watermen who work the beaches of Waikiki, offering surfing lessons and canoe rides. Known as the Waikiki Beach Boys, they would stand on their longboards taking pictures of the tourists learning to surf. For this reason, stand-up paddleboarding is sometimes known as beach boy surfing. The British Stand-Up Paddle Association is the national body for the sport. They advise that you should take a lesson to learn the basics, keep your board tethered to your ankle by its leash so you don't lose it, and use a life-guarded beach. Although there are a few regular competitions, stand-up paddleboarding is more of a leisure pastime and a great way to explore the water.
Well, that was great fun, but yes, it was as cold as it looked. Now, our house hunt here in the south of Cornwall is over. We've shown Jenny and Jean 3 fabulous period cottages, but have any of them won them over? Should we go and ask them? Well, ladies, that is it. The house hunt is over. 3 decades you've waited to move to Cornwall. Have we put you off?
No, not
Good.
at all.
So let's start off with that very first property that we showed you, the cottage in St Germans, not that far from the coast actually, it was just up the estuary.
I loved it. I thought it was in a beautiful location. You know, you looked out and all you saw were trees. The cottage itself was lovely, really liked it. Nice sized rooms. It was just a bit too expensive for me.
OK, so moving on, for our second property, that cottage, we took you inland. I'm going to start with you, Jean. It's quite deceiving, wasn't it, from the outside?
It was excellent. You just thought it was just a little 2 up, 2 down, but it was just amazing.
And what about you, Jenny, with that second one?
Well, I absolutely loved it. I loved the inside of it. I loved the garden. The kitchen was to die for, but unfortunately I didn't like the village.
Did you not? And what was it about the village that you weren't taken with?
It wasn't very big,
Right.
you know, and because it's going to be my forever home, I'd like a bit more life, really.
Because that was the most fantastic
It was
property.
everything I want.
So finally, we tried something a bit different with our mystery. I wasn't sure how it was going to go.
That was very different, yeah. That was, again, a lovely house, nice location, but just too much to do.
Yeah.
There's no way on earth that I could get that done. And even if I had the money, yeah, and there would be a bit of a budget, I think it probably needs far, far more spending on it.
But what it did demonstrate is that you still can live in this beautiful part of the world and buy a property for under £200,000, which I thought was very interesting. Yeah. There are still bargains out there to be had. So I think, in a way, I know what your next move's going to be. But I want you to tell me.
Well, I shall come down and rent and then search.
Well, whatever happens, you're moving here very soon.
Yeah.
So your dream has come true.
Yeah, it has, yeah.
All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your help.
We got close. We got this close to finding Jenny the perfect Cornish cottage. Whatever happens, we wish her all the best with her move here to Cornwall. Until next time, bye-bye.
If you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/be on a show.